Alright, so I want to do a little bit of update. I know some of these clips are going to be all, jumbled around, but I just kind of filming things as they happen, and then obviously going to compile them all in this video. But just want to show, got this stuff ready for powder coat. This is the dash, goes on the tank here. I got the battery cover with this Y-Glide cover that goes over it. I popped it in the oven to get the glue to come loose. So I'm gonna repowder coat this. There was a bunch of marks and a bunch of stuff on it anyway, so I'm gonna get it redone so it looks good. And then I got the belt guard there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those things powder coated. I think that'll look really good, getting rid of some of the chrome. When I'm able to kind of tear apart the rear end here, I'm gonna take these and get these powder coated, as well as the turn signals. I think it's gonna be better to do all that kind of all together, because the wiring runs up under the fender here, pops out here for the blinkers, and the way that these disassemble, you got to pull the whole wire through. At least that's what it looks like to me. So whenever I get the rear end jacked up and supported to remove this, and I can drop the swing arm way down to get the wires out and all that, I'm gonna do all that together. Yeah, so just wanted to, show the pieces that are gonna get powder coated. Hopefully I'll be able to get this video put up, and then I'll be able to do another one to show after the powder coating is done. So I just showed you guys the parts that I'm taking to the powder coater. I took those yesterday, and they're a little backed up from the holidays, so it's about a 10-day turnaround, which is fine. I mean, it's still a little bit too cold to ride comfortably. I know, I'm a pussy. But anyway, so I went ahead and ordered, I got a new gasket for under the dash. This is a screw that holds on the battery cover that I lost, so I got a new one of those. It's crazy. This piece here, it's basically a metal sticker. They wanted $19, almost 20 bucks for this. So I'm gonna see what it looks like. There's a little indentation in the dash where this goes, but I'm gonna see what it looks like without it, and I'm either just gonna not run it, or I'll just reuse this, because I'm not paying 20 bucks for that crap. So I didn't order that. Like I said, I ordered one of these. I ordered one of these. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's kind of sun beaten a little bit right there. And this was like $4 and change, so I got a new one of those. What else did I order? I think that's about, I think that's about it. So those will be here in about 4 days, they said. So sometime into next week, I'll be able to get everything back from powder coat, get the new parts put on. I mentioned a minute ago about doing these, and I think I just kind of noticed this yesterday. Probably gonna take these off, take this off on this side, and probably take this off, go ahead and get those done as well. Those are pretty easy to come off. So whenever I decide to take apart all this stuff, the shock stuff to get to these, and the rear blinkers, I'll probably just go ahead and take those off and get those done as well. Alright, so got a little update here for the gas tank, tank dash being powder coated and all that stuff. So I got the new gasket for under the dash. This is the little screw for the battery cover that I lost. This is the little light indicator. There's nothing, I guess, like really wrong with this one. Like I showed before, it's kind of sun faded, so it was just a couple dollars. Just kind of revamped the whole dash since I'm in there. I went ahead and picked this up. This is the flush mount fuel gauge and gas cap, black. So I think it'll look nice once all of this is black with the dash. Taking these big chrome things away, I think it's going to clean it up, make it look really nice. I got some of this double-sided mounting tape. Yeah, I don't have, I didn't get any of this stuff back from powder coating yet. They said it was 10 days. It's been 7 or 8 days, business days. Today's a holiday. It's MLK Day. So I don't know if they're open or not. Sometime this week I'll get it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the gas cap done. I've never done that before. I don't know what it takes. But I've got all the supporting stuff. So as soon as I get the powder coat stuff back, I'll be able to slap it on. Shouldn't take very much time. So I'm not gonna do an install on this. I'm gonna open the box. I haven't opened it yet. I'll kind of lay it out, and then I'll show you once it's on there. Kind of maybe whenever I get. This is easy gas cap, but this is the one I'm worried about. I don't know what it takes to replace that. So all right, so here we have it. Here's a kit. You got the fuel gauge here, the gas cap, and this is a little beauty ring that goes around the gas cap so that they match. There's some kind of little plug. I'm guessing you got to push these pins into here or something, and then of course the instructions, which I am gonna have to read. I've never done this before. I've never taken off the fuel gauge. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's got a little sticky double-sided tape there, and then this just goes on. So I mean that's a no-brainer. I'm gonna have to read the instructions on this. So we'll check it out whenever it's done. Okay, just a little update. I got the gas cap on there. Not too bad. You just have to. There's nothing on there that so that you can line it up perfectly. You kind of have to eyeball it and do it yourself. But it comes up and doesn't hit the trim ring at all. So that was pretty easy. The fuel gauge, got it out. It actually comes out a lot easier than I was expecting. It just pushes down in here. There's little clips, and you just apply a little pressure to pull up on it, and it pops right out. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see this little plug right here. It's got the same color wires on the stock gauge. You just unplug that plug, and so this plug, these pins would usually be inside this plug. You just have to pull the wires out so that you can pull the wires. There's a little bitty hole in there that the wires come through. So that's pretty much it to take it off, and then this one's gonna go back on the exact same way. So exact same color wires, so pretty easy. There's a little notch there, and then there's a wider one, so it will line up. So not too bad. So I'll show you whenever what it looks like whenever I'm done. Okay, I got it all on there. Let's check it out. Got the fuel gauge on this side. I'm sorry, the gas tank cap on this side, fuel gauge on this side. The fuel gauge actually went in a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Even pushing the plugs back in. I mean, honestly, the hardest thing is there's a little clip that the fuel gauge wires hang on, and it's up in the tank, so that was a little bit, difficult to get in, but it wasn't hard. Just had to finesse it a little bit. There's a little ridge right here between the trim ring and the fuel cap, and it's like pretty flush right here. So I don't know if, I put it on like it said. I don't know if it's just not quite flush, or maybe this ring should have been rotated. I don't know. It's close enough. It looks good though. So I plugged in the ignition switch and the speedo. I hooked the battery back up. I haven't turned it on yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, and let's see if I did it right. See if it reads the fuel gauge the right way, or if it's backwards. Hey, there we go. I guess I need to get some gas. Unless it's not reading properly. Well, it does say that I need gas here. Oh yeah, let's turn this thing on. I haven't started it in a while. Started the bike with the new mic, so I'm curious to see how it sounds. you don't know how this works, it has a little bit of play in it. So you push it down, and then you turn it to the left like an eighth of a turn, and then it pops up, and then you grab it and take it off, just like a normal gas cap. And yeah, there is barely just any in there, so it must be reading okay. And then you just turn it, clicks just like normal, push it down, turn it, and it stays down. Well, there you go. Hopefully this shot isn't too dark. I got the pieces back from the powder coater, and I got the tank and everything put back together. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks absolutely badass. It darkened up the whole tank, especially now with the flush mount black gauge and gas cap. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks badass. Got the, I hope it's not too dark, the black belt guard on there. And the only piece I haven't put on is the battery cover. The piece that goes across this that says Y-Glide on it, there was nowhere for the powder coater to hang the piece to powder coat it, so we had it sitting on a shelf. And when they moved the shelf to go into the oven, it knocked over, and so he was like, he gave me everything that he had, but he's like, I gotta redo this, but you gotta give me a place to hang it. So I drilled a little hole on the edge of it so that it could be hung. So he's gonna do that, get that knocked out, and it'll be done next week. Hey Bang. So anyway, I can put this on. I can ride if I want to. It's still cold and wet and shitty here in Texas, so I'm not worried about it. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna throw this video up, and you know, let me know what you think about the black stuff. I still am planning on doing the blinker housings and these. I'm gonna get rid of this cover. I'm just gonna get the wrinkle black cover that matches the primary case there. It'll probably be a little bit before I take that stuff apart. We're closing on a new house in about 30 days, so I don't want to get into tearing that apart and being on a lift and running into the whole having to get it thrown back together just to move it scenario. So let me know what you think, and we're just gonna keep moving forward with blacking this stuff out. Thanks.